Welcome along, guys. Well, I'm out on another bike, courtesy yet again of Wheels Motorcycles in Peterborough. So massive thanks to Wheels for loaning this to me. This is a Honda CB1000R, the new model, the Neo Calf Racer. That's what Honda call it. So I've got this for 10 days or so to have a play around with, get to know the bike inside and out in that time. But for this video, this is just my first ride video, my first thoughts on the CB1000R. Oh yeah. First impressions getting on this bike is it's very, very smooth. Right, let's hit the road. Let's find some decent roads to play on. The ride, I'm 6'2", as you know, regular subscribers will know, I'm a big guy. It's comfortable. It's not particularly sporty. I've ridden most of the Super Naked, the Super Duke. I used to own a Super Duke. I know that bike very well. The Tuono I also know very well. The CB1000 is a bike which has slipped under the radar a little bit, to be honest, and I haven't even ridden the older model. I've been a big Honda fan through the years. I've had Fireblades, and I know the engine in this bike is a direct descendant of the 2005 CBR Fireblade, a detuned version of that engine. It's gone through some other changes, you know, it's not exactly the same, but it's based on that engine. So it's an engine I know well. It's an engine which kicks out a massive amount of power. I mean, this bike is 143 brake horsepower and something like 104 newton meters of torque, so it's not a shy bike. It is a quick machine. But one thing with the Naked, this is just a straight 4 engine. I think Naked do really need a bit of character to the engine, either a V4, a twin, or a cross-plane configuration like in the MT10. Being a straight 4, it's a bit like the GSX-S. Is it going to be exciting enough? But it does make a really smooth ride, so let's reserve judgment on that, because I am a bit of a straight 4 convert at the moment. Now this is the plus version of this bike. It's about an extra £1,000, just under an extra 1,000 over the base model. This one has the quick shifter. Let's try it. It's a little bit of a jerk. It's quite a slow kill time, I'd say, but it's fine. It's very smooth. The gearbox seems really smooth. The riding position, I'm not quite sure yet. It seems quite soft. There seems to be a lot of suspension movement on this bike. And also the position is not really a sporty position, if I'm absolutely honest. It's definitely more comfort focused. The front end of the bike seems very heavy. On the Super Duke and the Tuono, you are canted forward a little bit more. Slow down a bit, it is a 30. A little bit forward more. On this, you're very upright. This feels a bit like the V-Strom, actually. It feels a bit like the V-Strom 650, this riding position. The legs are a little bit more tucked up than the V-Strom, but that upper body position with the weight on the way the front end feels and the height of the bars, it's reminding me of the V-Strom 650. It's not going to be immediately give you that sporty edge, I think, pushing it into the corners. It's probably going to take a little bit of hustling to ride it quickly around the bends, I'd imagine. Yeah, and it's bouncing me around quite a bit as well. It's got shower suspension, so it's got big piston shower suspension, big piston forks. The rear shock is not a fully adjustable rear shock, it's just got the twiddly adjuster, so it's not a fully adjustable rear shock. I had a look at it already. Oh, gets light at the front. I've had a look at the rear shock already, and it's on the softest position, so I may have a bit of a play with suspension on this actually, to see if I can make this a bit more sporty feeling, because it's a little bit soft at the moment. Front brake, yeah, front brake's brilliant. Very nice front brake. Rear brake, yeah, pretty good actually as far as rear brakes go. But yeah, first impressions, it's a nice place to be. It's a very nice place to be. It's a little bit flat, mid-range. That's a straight 4 for you though. That's how they come, sir. This is why you sometimes need a bit more character for your naked, because they can be a little flat in the mid-range. The bottom end is nice, but that initial pickup from sort of between 2,000 and 4,000 revs is quite punchy. That's quite nice. It's just from 5,000 revs onwards it seems a little bit flat. I'll give it a proper bit of a gunning in a minute. Mid-range, mid-range, mid-range. I could do with a bit more of it. There you go for you blipper fanatics. And there's bouncy, 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 a bit wallowy. Yeah, you're sort of fighting the suspension really, if you want to go fast around the bends. I think I'm right to say this isn't geared up to be a performance machine as such, you know. They're not competing with the Super Duke and the Torono for the best super naked. That suspension is just not up to it. I'll get my spanners out on it, see if I can stiffen it up a bit. I'm a big guy as well, I'm sort of 17.5 stone. So if your suspension's soft, with me on it, it's going to really make it really soft. A fatty, I think is the word, the PC term for it nowadays. It doesn't give you, it's got the Bridgestone S21 tyres on it, which are a fantastic tyre, my tyre of choice for the GSXR. But with this suspension, it's not filling me with confidence. And if you've got to go hard on the brakes, that front end loads up quite a lot and loses all of its feel. So okay, so that is enough of the pushing this bike around the bends. We've established it's not about that. It's not about going quickly and having ultimate fun around the twisties. It's still fun, don't get me wrong, but it's being held back a little bit by the suspension. Wind blast, it's obviously a naked bike, so you get a lot of air, but it's not, you know, it's smooth air. It's not turbulent air, but you're getting all of it. It doesn't seem to be, you know, there's no wind protection whatsoever. And that air is about 6 degrees, so it's blooming freezing. Well, we've got to find somewhere to pull over and walk you around the bike a minute. Let's have a proper look at it, because I actually think it looks rather smashing. So there it is in all its beauty. As I said, this is the Plus version, so this has this aluminium radiator guard as standard. It has, I think, has these sort of other aluminium bits and pieces. Has this nice tail cowl with the, you know, proper aluminium bits on it, and I think the hugger and the quick shifter. So alright, yeah, just doing a video, that's all.
What's he seeing it?
1,000 this one.
So I better ship like shelf.
It's quick. It doesn't hang about.
I'll kill myself on one of them.
We've also got one of these bikes with this little additional, you know, the tails right down here over the back wheel, which I don't particularly like, but I like the fact that it gives you a really nice looking back end of the bike, but you just got to put up with that. I'm not sure, I'm not sure about that. It's like the MT-09's the same, isn't it? I haven't drawn a proper conclusion to that yet. LCD dashboard, you know, but your basic information, and they've got a fuel gauge, thankfully. It's got all the stuff you need on there, really, quite nice. But there we go, it's not a bad looking bike, is it? Also, single-sided swinging arm, which has always been a bit of a thing with the CB1000s. They've always had one. Looks very nice. It does look very nice indeed. Let's jump back on it again. Right, it's also got, I forgot to mention, this version has heated grips. This Sport looks like there's 2 stages of heated. Oh, level 5. Is that level 5 heated grips? We'll have some of that. That front end is super light. Super light there. First gear. That's a long first gear. That is a long first gear for a naked bike, and that is fast. I guess the biggest competitor and the closest bike to this is the GSX-S 1000. That's also based on a 2005 GSX-R 1000 motor. So they're very similar bikes. I think this looks better than the GSX-S. This is more expensive than the GSX-S. I'd say performance-wise, they're about as fast as each other. They're about the same. I think the GSX-S is a little bit, I think it's a bit more torque with that bike, and it's perhaps a little bit faster. I think it's geared a bit shorter, the GSX-S. That's 70-mile-an-hour first gear. Yeah, it's great. It's fast. It's fast. Quite addictively fast, actually. The brakes are really, really good. Brakes are a strong point of this bike. They're excellent. The suspension knocks your confidence a little bit, but the brakes give you that confidence back again to a degree. Okay, let's do the chug test. The chug test is basically my little way of just determining how much bottom end and torque the bike's got. Put it in fourth gear, get it to 20 miles an hour, and basically give it a handful. Bingo. I'll stick it on the screen, the results. I've only got the ZX6R to compare it with at the moment, but how's that? It felt like it perhaps a little bit slower than the ZX6R. Don't know, it's hard to tell. The ZX6R is obviously geared shorter, but it gives you an idea of the pull up the engine's got with the gear and the bike's got. It's a silly test, but gives you a little bit of an idea anyway. So there we go, first ride of the CB1000R. I'm looking forward to getting to know this bike a bit better. It's okay. I'm going to play with the suspension. I'm going to try and stiffen it up a little bit to see if we can get it to ride a bit more sporty. But I don't think it's about being super sporty, this. I think this is more about being ultra comfortable and looking cool. Because it's a really nice looking bike. I love the display. There's a lot of good things about it, so I'm looking forward to playing with this a bit more. So I'll do at least another video of this bike, and I'll give you my top 5 things I love about it, top 5 things I'm not so keen on. Massive thanks to Wheels Motorcycles for, of course, lending me these bikes to review. Big up Wheels Motorcycles. That's it, guys. Thanks very much. Give me a like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to me. I do all sorts of stuff on this channel. Garage stuff, mods, kit reviews, bike reviews. It's a one-stop shop for all things related to motorcycles. It's a one-shop shop. A one-shop shop. Anyway, see you there, guys. This is power level 1, which is full power. Jesus! Go! Look at this. It's down, boy. Check it, man. This thing is absolutely bonkers. It's also pretty quick. Yeah, alright. Never mind getting beat up. Give me this any day of the week.